Lots of headwinds shaking up the markets these days. Scott O'Neill is the president of Marketsmith. He's also a portfolio manager. Welcome to the show, Scott.
Thank you.
Good to have you. So in the recent jobs report, only 54,000 jobs were created in May. Is this a sign that we could be headed toward another recession, if not a soft patch?
Well, I'm not an economist. They're definitely weak and it's bothersome. I do think that's affecting the stock market in a big way, yes.
And you mentioned your focus is on the stock market and trading it or investing it. Do you think this bull market is running out of steam right now?
Yes, because you're late in the cycle. We started in March of '09, and we did a study on bear markets, deep bear markets that went down at least 45% or more. So they were pretty deep. And we found that in the third year after a bear market like that, typical returns are around 3% on the averages, which means very mediocre returns. We're in the third year right now.
Are there any specific sectors that are confirming this top?
What you're seeing are leading stocks. We watch the leading stocks of a given cycle and what they do, and they are starting to break down. There are some that have broken. There are a lot that are at the crossroads that could go either way.
Like which ones have broken down already?
Well, Sohu is a good name. Well, it's a stock that is now broken down, and it's very interesting. Sina and Baidu in the group have held, but they're at that tipping point.
And these are tech stocks?
Internet tech stocks, yes.
And why do you think these are leading indicators of a breakdown in the economy?
Well, in a bull market, you have so many industry groups that will lead that cycle up. They're the most powerful stocks that will go up in that cycle, and when they start to falter and some of them break, then your probability of coming down overall in the market is much higher. You're seeing a rotation into more conservative areas, medical, several medical groups, the obvious utilities, tobacco stocks have been doing very well recently, and so you're seeing that shift, that rotation right now.
Okay, and how are you shifting your portfolio and your strategy right now then?
Cash. Unfortunately, cash, you don't make anything, but to me right now, don't go backwards. Don't give back gains, don't definitely go into the red, and so cash is really my...
Isn't that a dangerous strategy too with the dropping US dollar?
Where else do you go? Now
commodities?
Well, the commodities, the energy stocks don't look real good right now. The commodities are highly volatile. Longer term, precious metals, because of all the printing of money and the deficit spending, I think that's a play, but what happens in the short term? So I would rather sit on the sideline and let some of this sort itself out.
Okay. All right. Thanks so much for your strategy. We appreciate it.
Of course.
Scott O'Neill, he's the president of Marketsmith and also a portfolio manager.